Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to some more Mr. Robot. As I am recording this, apparently YouTube says that today, this very day, is my YouTube birthday. So, happy birthday everyone, we did it. Which, you know, didn't start in like 2010 and then I stopped doing anything and now I'm here doing this and, you know, it's gone well, These last couple years, you know, they've gone well. Mr. Robot though, last time on we had the season opener for season 4. We got a lot of setup of what's going on. Angela is apparently dead. Darlene's not convinced of this. She thinks she's seeing her in places. Elliot himself has become super focused, maybe to a dangerous degree, now to the point that Mr. Robot is now the one narrating and talking to the audience. There seems to be a shift in where Elliot's brain is at, and he's the part of him that normally reached out to us is now in Mr. Robot, and I'm fascinated where that's going to go, how that's all going to play out. Price is indeed Angela's father, and it seems like he might be out for revenge, or at least certainly wanting to knock White Rose down a few pegs, and is probably going to use Elliot to do that. And then all the while we've got Dom adjusting to her new life within the Dark Army, not especially well. Paranoia, everyone's evil, it's a whole thing. So yeah, many things going on. We've got this one season to wrap everything up, and obviously we've got White Rose's secret project that might be a time traveling, make people not dead machine. Lots to discover, lots to find out, so yeah, I'm looking forward to this. But before we jump in, please remember to hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the reaction and the review of the episode that happens afterwards. Also consider subscribing, that's the best way to let me know that you enjoy this, you want to see more, you want the channel to grow, all of that good stuff. And leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought of this episode when you first saw it, I'm always interested to hear that. And if you like, there's more of me, just more of me, in the links down below if you want to check that stuff out. But for right now, let's head into another episode, see what happens.
That was 1989. The world was up for grabs. All the money, power.
We getting a Price lore dump? Is that what's happening? See things from his point of view?
The young, imaginative Minister Zhang saw possibility.
Oh, here we go.
So Zhang formed an investment group called Deus. Bring together the world's wealthiest, most powerful men to
oh my god,
control and manipulate global events.
It's like Forrest Gump. He's getting knighted by the Queen.
The Deus Group was rich on oil and had a foothold in the military-industrial sector. Running the world turned out to be surprisingly easy.
See, like, this is the thing. White Rose already runs everything, it seems like. So fascinated by what her like end goal actually is.
Americans seem the most ready to give their lives over to a box.
So White Rose created the internet or helped push its creation?
Zhang's billion-dollar machine. He clandestinely built it under the Washington Township nuclear power plant.
Right, yes, we know this.
It was now understood we were working for Zhang, not with him.
Took them a little while to figure that out, huh? That he was pulling all of the strings. What a wild thing. If this machine is that fucking big and they're moving it over borders to a whole other country, like, that's wild.
Crazy, right? Yeah, I never thought we'd still be here either.
Not that crazy. I feel like Price is smart enough to realize that Elliot is a tool to be used in a battle against White Rose, I guess.
If I can find a way to rob the Deus Group, White Rose loses everything.
If anyone can do it, it's probably Elliot. He just needs that thing to exploit, baby.
You have to have a contact at the bank that can get me the Deus Group account numbers.
How far is Price willing
Susan
to go?
Jacobs, General Counsel at E-Corp. She was my designated associate for Cyprus National Bank.
Just need their phone numbers.
You think the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia has the same cell phone number for more than 5 days?
Just tell me how I can get a hold of this contact of yours.
Susan Jacobs disappeared months ago.
Oh wait, is Susan?
Given how open White Rose is about my
Is she the one that Darlene like
I haven't received
murdered in the swimming pool? Is that who that is?
Because deep down, you know what happened. What's been happening is wrong. Something inside you is telling you to stop looking the other way.
Redemption, or at least a small piece of redemption, maybe. Okay, Elliot, go. The psychological get in the head.
You want me to randomly request that the entire Deus group gather in one place.
Sounds like a big ask. I'm assuming the Deus group are like world leaders, like people in high positions of power in other businesses, trying to call them all together. Nope, this isn't sus at all.
I became a dead man walking the minute I agreed to work with White Rose.
So what you got to lose then? You may as well do it. So interesting that he was talking to both of them whilst they were in different positions in the room.
Yeah.
It's Mom. She's gone, Elliot.
Your mom was the nicest, most thoughtful woman.
Was she?
Dad died, she gave me a
What?
shoulder to cry on.
Was she though?
Always had a kind word
She didn't
for
seem
her.
too great to Elliot as a
You
child.
must feel so blessed to have had her in your life.
Yeah, we feel totally blessed.
You can put a post-it note on the boxes with the items you wish to donate.
Are we going to find something? They might find something they didn't expect to find. A link to their past lives as a family.
She was an asshole to us. Now I don't ever have to think about her again.
Oh? Is there something special about this Walkman? She kept
Why
it.
is it even here? Mom hated music.
She kept it though. That's gotta mean something.
Hold up. Mom had a safe deposit box?
Money? Money! She got money for them.
Did you ever see Agent Santiago do anything suspicious?
What do you mean by suspicious?
It's not every day an ASAC ups and erases security cam footage from the FBI's parking garage before dropping off the face of the earth.
So they're just saying he's vanished. I guess saves having to deal with, like, he died under mysterious circumstances. I wonder if the Dark Army have any others within the FBI. It feels like they would, right? I feel like they would have other people in there. Not just one person.
I think Agent Santiago was a double agent.
I really decided to pull myself up in the chair at the wrong moment there. Jeez.
I'm sorry, Agent Horton. I'm just having a little trouble saying this aloud.
I don't know what... Is this part of the plan? Is this what she's supposed to say?
No agent wants to see their brother, their sister, on the wrong side of the law. I get that.
I don't trust this man. But frankly, I don't trust anyone who's in the scene with Dom at this point.
Can you tell me who Agent Santiago was working with?
The Trujillo drug cartel.
Okay, that's the lie. Okay, so this is part of the plan. She didn't say the Dark Army, so I assume the plan was that they told her to say, hey, he's working with this cartel, and that is why he's gone vanishing. Probably. Got it. I feel the scene was purposely leading me down a path of, is she gonna do it?
I fed them the cover story. He bought it and praised me for coming forward.
That's encouraging.
I'm surprised the Dark Army don't have
All is above board.
people at higher levels within the FBI.
Fine.
Maybe that'd be too obvious. I don't know.
Horton bought it. I'm sure of it.
Verify sure.
Okay, well that's not a good sign. She's taking names. She's taking names. Horton may not be long for this world.
What can I do for you?
I want Beatrice with me forever.
Adulterous or involved in fornication, which basically means sex outside of marriage.
Jesus Christ. That lady walked in, I was like, why did she look so sus? And I guess that'll be it. That'll be it. Here's my dead dog. Fuck me.
And then there's the real price, not cash or e-coin. The emotional toll. The toll Elliot isn't willing to pay, whether he's not ready to or just doesn't want to.
Yeah, it's probably having more of an effect than he's willing to say.
There was no, these are my last wishes conversation. I mean, fuck.
Cremation, cardboard coffin, cheapest urn.
What? What is this image that we're now at? Who's in that snowman outfit? Jesus.
I mean, there's got to be something important in there, right?
It is her. It is her. Okay. It is
Hello?
the lady that Darlene killed.
Bueller?
On there.
Yo, asshole!
He's
Please stop ignoring
He's transfixed. Oh, did she see it? Did she see it? Did she see who he was looking at?
Come with me to the bank.
What is the point?
Just fucking come with me.
Oh boy.
Well, now I need you to help me. Make me feel like everything is okay.
She really needs it, Elliot. Come on, you got this, bud. You can do this. I know you're one set mind at the moment. I do not trust this.
Condolences.
I don't trust the snowman. It's gonna be the ultimate villain of this whole thing.
But I'm an innocent man, you see.
Agent DePiro, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, God.
Sadness in Tribeca tonight following the report of an apparent suicide jumper.
They haven't publicly released the name, but it's Agent Horton.
Yep.
From the Santiago case.
Yep. Getting rid of those loose ends. And a threat at the same time? Maybe it's just a threat. Maybe it's just to prove a point to her.
It's gone.
Fucking Dark Army dude.
What?
We tried contacting the account owner, your mother, but never heard back. It's policy to dispose of the contents after a 120-day grace period.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
She just wants some closure. She just wants some closure. Even though she doesn't want to admit it, that's what she wants.
You get it, Elliot? It's not about the fucking box. It's about the fact that you don't give a shit.
About Mom? Fucking sue me for not giving a shit about her after what she did to us.
Not Mom, Angela.
I think he does give a shit. He's just
You were right.
shifted into this.
She's gone.
I will take out the Dark Army and White Rose, and that is his way of dealing with it, and it's set him on a one-track mind.
How do you just move on like that?
He hasn't. He hasn't moved on. He's pretending he has, but he hasn't.
I haven't.
Yep. Thank you, Elliot. Happy Mother's Day.
You recognize that tape?
This wasn't for her.
Maybe she wished it were.
Interesting.
She was lonely.
Something Elliot can probably relate to.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Yes, please do. I want to hear it. I wonder if it was for Angela's mum. Great. I don't get to hear it. Rude. Elliot, put the headphones on so I can listen to it.
We're live. Ready, Angela? Okay. Ready. Okay. Good morning, Washington Township. We're your hosts, Elliot Alderson, and Darlene Alderson, and Angela Moss. We're here to say, ready? Happy Mother's Day, Mrs. Moss! I love you. We love you.
There it is. It was for Angela's mum. Cute. Adorable. Happy times. No wonder Elliot was like, there's something on there that I want to listen to. And he did. Good. That's something. That's a step in the right direction, right? Right.
I'm resigning as CEO of E-Corp.
Does that put a big old target on his head? I imagine it might do.
Which means, of course, I'll be parting ways with the Deus Group as well.
Well, that is obviously unacceptable. Nothing can rock the boat now, as my project has not yet shipped.
Here's the thing. I don't care.
Fucking price is going in today. You killed my fucking daughter. Why do I give a shit about you anymore? Is the vibe I'm getting. Fucking ticking clock in the background. Oh.
You know that in order for me to replace you as CEO, the Deus Group members must all agree on your successor in person.
Oh, is this how he's going to get them all together? Good play. Good play. There we go. Interesting that they all have to agree. You'd think that White Rose would be like, I have complete control over this.
You should be happy. You won.
Is this how Tyrell is going to end up in charge of E-Corp? Is this how this is happening? White Rose be angry. Rocking the boat. I mean, this doesn't end well for Price, but there we go. We get them all in a room. That's how we do it, I guess.
I saw your phone earlier when we were here. Why are you hacking Susan Jacobs' eCoin wallet?
Okay, that's what she was getting at. Thought so. You gonna say it? You gonna admit? Darlene, you gonna tell him?
I knew her.
And may have murdered her? Just so you know.
Who broke into our house?
You were in jail. F Society needed a new base.
I really did not expect this thread to come back in this way. But here we are.
What did you do?
This could be a problem.
What, you want me to say it?
Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah, this is not good.
I had to know. That we'd still be okay. Even if you knew what I did.
I mean, she's just talking about her killing someone. She doesn't realize the other side of all this. Elliot, you might have to explain. You might have to tell her.
I need everything you have on Susan Jacobs. Susan Jacobs was also working for the Dark Army.
Okay, he's doing it. He's doing the thing.
I'm going after White Rose.
There it is. Darlene's just like,
you know that's
fuck.
Suicide, right?
Fuck.
I'm in.
Hey.
No.
Elliot.
This is exactly why I didn't tell you in the first place.
I'm not giving you a choice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you tell her this, she's gonna be in. There's no way.
If this is the biggest thing you're ever gonna do, then we're doing it together.
Let's go. Teamwork. We like it.
To be honest, I wasn't expecting you to say White Rose. I mean, I knew you were up to something, but you're acting like such a total sketchball. I figured it had to do with Vera.
Oh shit, he doesn't know.
What does he have to do with anything?
He doesn't know.
I was wondering. When I told you, you just blew it off like it was no big deal.
Do you even remember that, Elliot? Do you remember this conversation? You... dear. Oh no.
I don't.
Oh no.
I don't know what Darlene is talking about.
Price made his move. We might actually have a shot at White Rose, but none of that matters because I can't fucking trust you. She told one of us, and it wasn't me.
There's no reason for me to keep that from you.
Fuck it!
There's not. To be fair, there isn't a reason. Is there a third personality we don't know about?
I am not the one Darlene talked to.
Oh boy.
It wasn't me. Who was it?
There's another. There's another secret, Elliot. Oh my god, what a thing to introduce in the final season. Oh boy.
You shouldn't be sitting there. That's not your seat. We need to wait.
For what?
For him.
Elliot?
No,
What the fuck is going on?
the other one.
Who's the other one? Are we inside the Mind Palace? What the fuck is going on? At first I was like, is there like a persona built off of his mum or his younger self? Or whatever, and then it cut to these two, but now she's saying that there's another one. Oh my god, as if. Ugh. Why is the show so good at throwing a curveball, like a brand new mystery this deep into the game? God damn it. Episode 2, season 4, done. Kind of a slow burning episode, which I didn't mind. It was kind of dealing with a few kind of thematic and character emotions. Just kind of continuing on from where the last episode was in terms of setting up where everyone was, and this episode kind of dealing with their emotional well-being in terms of where they're at and seeing them go through the motions of where they're at, leaving us on a cliffhanger, which I should just expect this show to give me a cliffhanger every single time, which makes me just go, no. No, why this? Why this as well? I should know that's coming at this point, but as always, let's skim through and we'll talk about it as we go. So, kicking things off, we got Price giving us a narration of the history of White Rose, how everything started when White Rose saw an opportunity to effectively take over the world and do it via a back door, like getting all the most powerful people together, getting in their pockets, and making a group called Deus, I think they're called, and they are the secret 1%, as I guess as Elliot would put it. But it's interesting getting that from Price's point of view, having it from someone who's actually a part of it, relaying the information to Elliot. And it just clears up a few gaps as an audience member, having someone on the inside of that explaining, well, this is how it is. These are the bits you're missing. You can kind of put it all together, but here's the deets. Here are the deets of the situation. And having a whole like Forrest Gump-esque version of having White Rose interweaved into moments of history, meeting powerful people. On one hand, I can't think of a good word to describe it. Silly isn't the word. It's just very like, I can't believe they're going there. They're actually doing this. I mean, it was really well done. Like, they did a really good job of creating, like, making it feel like, oh, they did meet everyone, apparently. But also terrifying. The idea of having one person motivated enough to create this thing where they effectively control the world and everything in it, and they are hell-bent on this one idea of this machine that they're making, and have torn the world down, rebuilt it, fucked over whole nations of people for this one goal that we're still not 100% sure on what it is and what it looks like. It's mad. It's absolutely mad and crazy and scary, as I say, but nice way of showing it and getting Price to break it down for us. And a good way of showing Price is just like not who we met when we first met him. Like, things have happened, those things have actively changed his character. Like, I didn't expect to feel any sympathy whatsoever for him. And I still think he's a shithead. Like, let's not be around the bush. Like, he's done some god-awful things over the course of this show. Seeing him at least trying to make the attempt of, well, this has to stop. And as the scene progressed and we had Elliot talking to him and getting into his head, and the whole speech about there's something in you that knows that this is wrong and you should do something about it. Like I say, still a bad guy, but I mean, me personally, I'm a believer in people trying to turn over a new leaf, be better, make up for your mistakes. Obviously, I expect there will be consequences for Price and his actions, and that will get played out, maybe. Like, I like a good redemption arc, if you can pull it off, and I just wasn't expecting it. So that's a surprise in of itself. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting twist, and having Elliot and Price working together in this way is something I'm looking forward to seeing play out. But also that scene itself was really interesting, how Mr. Robot and Elliot were changing the conversation, and how Price was addressing them, and there was a foreboding moment where he was talking to Elliot, and then he walked over and talked to Mr. Robot, and insinuating the death of Mr. Robot a little bit. Like, there was some death bait going on there, just a smidge. Then from there, we had the reveal that the mother has passed away, and the lady there, like, she was so nice, so kind, and then Elliot and Darlene just like, yeah, sure, okay, if you say so. So good. It's hard to play that kind of comedy, because that's what it is. Like, it's character-based comedy where you want the scene to feel genuine and truthful, but you have to acknowledge the fact that it's kind of, there is a humor there to it, even though it's kind of tragic humor. This show does that a lot, and I mean, I have a dark sense of humor, and I have that same response to when sad or tragic things happen. I often will lean into humor for dealing with them, so the show speaks to me in that way. But then we had them clearing it out. We had the Walkman, which was instantly like Chekhov's Walkman, because Elliot was like, I know that Walkman. I know that Walkman, it's important. But yeah, that whole scene just setting up the idea that Elliot and Darlene both are seemingly just like, thank God she's gone, just get this shit over and done with and we can move on with our lives. And yet, just seeding the idea that there's something in both of them that they want some actual closure, and they're sort of dovetailing that with the loss of Angela and how much they care or don't care, how much they're putting up a wall to look like they don't care. They just seem like two people who have lost two people who were big parts of their lives, and neither one of them are dealing with it particularly well, I should say, and just wanting some closure. They want closure. Elliot has become, like I keep saying, this one-track mind, and he's clearly distracting himself from the emotions of everything that's going on by just thinking about his task and what he's got to do and the bigger picture, and like, I don't have time for all this, I've got this to do, and it's probably all eating away at him in some way. We then moved on to Dom, still having not a great time. That whole scene though, where she was, I mean, it was really well crafted because it's making you think like, oh, is she gonna own this moment? Is she just gonna risk it all and say the truth? Nope, she went with the cover story, and you can see it's tearing her apart. Like, the layered performance that's going on there, like, she's both breaking down that feels like she's betraying her values and everything she stands for, but also she's betraying herself, like trying to make the cover story feel real as well. It's like there's a lot going on there, and it's a really well done moment. I did not trust the guy though. I thought, is he in on it? Is this the part of the test? But no, he was not part of the test. And when Dom says, hey, I'm pretty sure it all worked out, well, there he goes, loose end removed. Works as a, we got rid of this potential loose end, but also, hey, this is what happens. If you don't do your job, people will die. And we don't think you want people to die, so, you know, do your job. So it's a threat and everything in between. So just setting up the stakes that are on the line for Dom for when I assume, I mean, maybe I'm just hopeful here that she's going to stand up for what she believes in at some point, and when that happens, we all are aware of the stakes of that when she does do it. Like, it's taking its time to really hit home. This is what's on the line if Dom decides to step out and, like, I'm not going to do your bidding anymore. So it's really, really setting that up. You want her to, like, stand up and say, no, fuck you, I'm doing my thing, I'm going to put you all down. At the same time, you're like, oh God, that means bad things, bad things. So it's being set up and handled really well. Then from there, we had the scene of Darlene and, well, we had Mr. Robot and Elliot talking about things. Mr. Robot being, again, the voice of reason, like, hey, Elliot, you need to actually acknowledge the emotions that you're going through because it's going to eat away at you. And if you let it eat away at you, you're not going to be able to perform, my guy. You're going to end up down a well again. And, you know, it's, again, setting up some potential failings for Elliot and where his head's at. And then we just have the emotional outpouring of Darlene, just like, this isn't about Mom, it's about you not being able to accept what's happening around us right now. Mom being dead, Angela being dead, and you're just not talking about it, acknowledging it in any way. It's not even, whereas Mum, you're not like saying, hey, I'm relieved that this is finally over. And then with Angela, you're not saying, I'm sad that I've lost her and I miss her. Like, you're just not acknowledging it, which is rightfully concerning for Darlene, who is also not dealing with it well, but at least she's wanting to try to deal with it. And then we got the reveal of this Mother's Day tape, which was incredibly cute, and it added a bit of a layer to their mum, that she kept this tape which they made for Angela's mum, and maybe Elliot was right that she wished that was for her, and maybe she wished that she had been a better mum to her kids. She just didn't know how. Just a tender, sweet moment of the two of them listening to that tape, trying to have some form of closure about Angela and everything else. And like I say, just all playing into that slower, let's just deal with this whole thing that's going on around us. Just having Darlene and Elliot face up to the emotional baggage of everything that's going on and coming together as siblings to do that, it's very sweet and tender, like I say, and it makes you want to root for them even more. And then Price starting the plan to getting White Rose and Deus, all of them together in one room by saying, hey, I'm retiring. I don't give a shit about your plans anymore. I'm out. Do what you got to do, get them all together. Obviously part of the plan to get everyone in one spot so we can get the information Elliot needs. It's a whole thing. The heist is on. Price has probably put a big old target on his head. I'm wondering if this is how Tyrell gets to a CEO position, because we've not really seen much from Tyrell yet. I assume he's going to have a part to play in all this, but he just seems like the candidate to have since he's already kind of in Dark Army's pocket. However, in theory, if this whole heist thing plays out correctly, which will it? Will there be no bumps in the road? I don't think so somehow. They'll be able to hack the bank and stop the money being moved around and stuff, so that's a whole other thing to wait for, I guess. But interesting seeing White Rose just fly off the handle where something happens that White Rose can't control. Can't control it. Price is walking out. You can't stop it. It puts a speed bump in everything that they're doing. So yeah, it's interesting to see them in that position. Throwing a Christmas tree to the floor, damn it, after they worked so hard on. And then obviously two things. Darlene and Elliot talking at the end here. First things first, the thread of Suzanne Jones, I think, coming back in this way. Didn't see that coming. Darlene admitting what she did to Elliot. And I'm glad, I mean, it seems like they're just saying, look, I'm doing it, and here's the scene where we acknowledge this, and now we're just going to move on from it. Like, they're not drawing it out, and it's just a good way of showing the bond between those two, and like, hey, I guess we're in this together, and this is where we're at. So it's just a good way of showing that, you know, despite how angry they might get at each other, they are like that. They're like that, really, and hopefully that will continue. But yeah, the Suzanne Jones thing, I did not expect to come back in this kind of way, how important she is to this heist. Then obviously Vera, this whole mystery now that there's another persona who Darlene talked to about his reappearance, what that means, who is this other version of Elliot. We had the mum in this, I'm assuming, sort of mind palace with child Elliot, and she's talking about, we're waiting for the other. In this very wistful, mad, like, hey, come back next time kind of way. I mean, I guess it makes sense because we've had a lot of the mysteries kind of wrapped up. We kind of know what they all are. It's just watching them play out now. And just give you a little something going into the rest of this season, that there's another player in the Elliot brain and we're not aware of who it is, and maybe they could have factored into other things that we didn't see previously. We're probably in for something very wild. All we've seen so far from his constructs of these different parts of his personality are his family members. So one would assume it would be another family member. I don't know. I don't really have a clear theory. I need more information. I don't know if she said, did she say like he? Hold on. Let me. Okay, she does say for him. She says for him. So whoever the other is, who knows? Maybe it's just another Elliot. Maybe it's just another Elliot. It's not like another family member. It's not going to be another new cast member. It's just another version of Elliot. So I guess we wait. I guess we wait and see whatever that is and how they fold into all this. But yeah, this episode's done a good job of setting up some stakes. Like I say, the looming threat of Vera, the looming threat of everything going on with Dom, White Rose's desperation. As she's right on the brink of success, there's a spanner in the works, and this could, you know, potentially make White Rose more dangerous than ever as she's this desperate right now. So lots going on, plenty of drama. I'm excited to see this season play out. Good shit. Good episode. I liked the calmness of it, even though there was this big dangling carrot at the end to make me go, hey, come back next time. There's more mysteries to be had. Thank you for watching this one, guys. If you enjoyed it, please press the thumbs up. It helps me know you liked it. It helps it get seen by more people. Also consider subscribing and leaving a comment down below. Both things help me out. Lets me know you're enjoying it, you want more, and the algorithm, all of those fun things that we love. But thank you again. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you on the next one.